he's wooed her. He sent her a Valentine's Day text. Thomas wrote, "This Valentine's Day and every other day of the year, I want you to know just how special you are to me, babe. I cherish you." Well, we went to a website called truelovewords.com. So we wanted to see if there was anything similar to that there. And here's what we find on truelovewords.com. This Valentine's Day and every other day of the year, I want you to know just how special you are. I mean, he just plagiarized it from another site. He didn't write that.
I had thought, he was probably even copying and pasting from a poem book or something, but it was sent from him. It meant a lot to me, and it was very heartfelt.
So there's no point in me showing you where the poems that he sent you weren't his either, right? He sent you a long poem. I can show you where he got that poem too. There's no point in me doing that because you're just going to say, yeah, but.
I'm just saying, I agree. That's, yeah.
She's okay with it being copied
So
and
you agree
pasted.
that he stole the poem?
Sure, yes.
This isn't the first time that you've been scammed, right?
Correct.
I'm looking for someone who is real. I've met other men before Thomas and after Thomas. It wasn't long after they were in love with me and they needed money.
There's been Daniels, Richard, a Robert, a Dennis. They've all been fake.
One of the first ones I met was Wayne. He was an oil rigger in another country. Everything was going good until he fell in love with me after a couple days and asked me for money.
She really liked a guy named Richard and even got an email from his granddaughter who was excited for her to be her new grandma. He asked for money and she put an end to it. I think she's an easy target. I've told you all the red flags and you still don't believe it.
It gets very, very frustrating. I can't even start talking to him, and Mindy cracks the case on me. My daughter has cracked the case for at least a dozen cases.
I've been able to do a reverse image search and find out the real people behind the photos, and I've been able to show her that they're all a bunch of catfish.
But she cannot seem to crack Thomas. Who's texting me? Who's calling me? Whose pictures are those? Can you tell me that?
I wish I could.
It's so different from Thomas because Thomas and I have been talking for a long time. We got to know the ins and outs with both of us. What are our desires? What are our faults? What are our weaknesses? What are we looking for in a relationship? It's just so different talking to him. I trust him.
Oh my
You've
gosh.
actually
My gosh.
been suckered by Wayne, Dennis, Daniels, Christopher, and Richard, and then there were 7 other that are nameless, right? That you believe to be true.
We've had quite a few.
Okay. Yes.
So I count 12. You're not learning and generalizing from one situation to the next.
I did. I certainly did. And I would talk to, like Wayne, right at the beginning, I talked to him for a couple weeks maybe.
Well, but this is number 13.
I know. And they fall in love overnight, and then they ask me for money. I said, this will be my last text to you. You will not be hearing from me again.
Okay, and this one fell in love overnight and asked you for money.
Thomas, no. It was a process. Mm-hmm.
He has $800 in gift cards to buy a manual for a transmission for an oil rig out in the middle of the ocean. He's getting it from a retired woman. And what did he actually spend the gift cards on?
I believe some of it was on the manuals.
He spent
It was
the
work
gift
related.
cards on Match.com memberships, did he not?
Mindy found that on a couple of them, right. But then when I asked about that, he said that his colleagues asked him where he found me. And he told them they wanted to do the same thing, so they joined Match.com.
So he took your money and bought Match.com memberships, but told you they were for somebody else.
He gave them to his operations manager.
I've been spending an hour every night trying to crack this case. I've done reverse image searches and Facebook searches and tried to find out anything I could. I've told you all the red flags and you still don't believe it. I've looked up every one of his colleagues too, can't find them. It's so frustrating. I wish I could have cracked this case for you.
You're a very sweet woman, and I don't want to see you hurt, and I feel like I'm not getting through to you at all. Karen says that she can easily recognize Thomas's voice.
Oh, my.
So I want you to listen to this and see if this is Thomas. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Karen, Mindy, Dr. Phil. Hope y'all are doing well, and the weather's nice in California. Have a great day.
That is not Thomas.
So, okay, that's not Thomas.
Nope.
Okay. Do you recognize this face?
That's Thomas.
Okay. Well, joining us
Help me out.
virtually from Georgia is KD. This is the man behind the photos that Karen has been sent pretending to be Thomas. This is KD from Georgia. KD, how you doing?
I'm good, Dr. Phil. How are you?
I am well, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking the time out of your life and your day to care enough about, you've been listening. This is a very sweet woman here, and someone has obviously stolen your pictures and been using them to scam her. Karen, how does it feel to be looking at the man you believe to be Thomas?
It hurts.
And I hate
I'm
that.
so happy to see him, but it's
Yeah.
not him.
KD, you water ski?
Yes, sir, I do.
You pretty good slalom, from what I see there.
Oh.
You got a pretty good edge.
Picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing it a while.
And you're from Georgia, not Estonia, right?
Yes, sir, I'm from North Georgia.
Yeah. So what do you have to say to Karen? And again, thank you for taking the time to be here and talk with Karen.
I'm just so sorry that, somebody would do that to somebody. It's just cruel.
Yeah, it's just terrible, isn't it? And these people they're on the internet and you can't find them. There's very likely someone in a workroom in Nigeria. Karen, KD, and let me be very, very clear, 100% clear. KD is a victim here. He has nothing to do with this
I was
scam.
going to ask if he knew anything about this.
Absolutely not.
Until you guys went to him?
Oh my God, no. He is a complete victim here, just like you are. He had his identity stolen. He has nothing to do with this whatsoever. He's not a perpetrator in this. He's been victimized just as you have. And the way we found KD, and we often track down the people whose pictures have been stolen, is KD, we posted your picture on my Facebook page, which has millions of subscribers, and we put this post up and said, hey, does anyone know this man? He's done nothing wrong. We're just wanting to get some information to him. Please have him contact us as soon as possible. And we were able to locate him in less than an hour.
I don't have 7 million followers, so I couldn't do that. I tried really hard.
Yeah, and then his son posted this, and it got 2 million views.
This is the craziest that has ever happened to me and my family. Dr. Phil was searching for my father. I woke up the other morning and one of my friends sends me a screenshot and says, Dr. Phil is looking for your dad. I thought, okay, this is a scam. But then I went and looked at the post and it's actually Dr. Phil with over 5 million likes on his Facebook page. Dr. Phil writes, do you know this man? That is my dad.
Thomas doesn't have any
I
kids.
love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So do you see, this is a real man with a real family, a real son,
That's what I
and
told her.
do you have any doubt whatsoever?
No, but what about the voice and what about who's
Now I
been
gotta
texting me?
Figure that out.
Well, there is only one Thomas D. McPherson in the United States with the date of birth that Karen's Thomas has given her. We'll talk to him after the break.
My mom loves falling in love. She watches all these romantic movies and wants her Hallmark movie ending.
And I want my happy ever after.
Kate, Emma, Mandy, and more when it comes to Hollywood A-listers and their hair.
These women are responsible for the color, the highlights, the shine, the bounce, the brilliance.
How to have fabulous hair.
That's the secret, Robin. Robin's got the secret.
I've Got a Secret with Robin McGraw.
That's right. Nikki and Rihanna also do my hair.
Available on Stitcher and Apple Podcasts.
This Valentine's Day and every other day of the year, I want you to know just how special you are to me, babe. I cherish you.
My mom loves falling in love. She watches all these romantic movies and wants her Hallmark movie ending.
The mere thought of you sends me wild. I am a hopeless romantic, and I want my happy ever after.
If an attractive man shows her attention, she's in love.
I have not had that in 66 years. I don't need a man, but I would like a man to share the rest of my life with.
She just doesn't like to be alone. She just jumps right into the next relationship. Guys, younger, good looking, and none of them have been successful because they're all a bunch of catfish.
I have a lot of life to live yet. It's important to me to have that connection and have someone by my side.
I don't get it.
Well, through our investigation, we found that there is only one Thomas D. McPherson in the United States with the date of birth that Karen's Thomas has given her. Now, let me be very clear about a couple of things here. The man in the pictures was KD, who you just talked to. Who's talking to you and texting you, we don't know. I suspect it's probably someone in Nigeria. It could be a woman, it could be a man, it could be a 16-year-old, it could be a 50-year-old. We don't know. But and I don't know that it's Nigeria. I just know that there's a real hotbed of catfishing that goes on in Nigeria. There is a Thomas McPherson that has that birth date, and he joins us on the phone now. But he goes by Tom. Tom, thank you so much for joining us. You do match up the dates and some of the facts that this individual has been scamming Karen with, but you have absolutely nothing to do with this, obviously, correct?
Correct.
Someone has stolen your information, matched it up with somebody else's picture because they mix and match these things. And you were in a relationship with someone that was tragically lost on, I believe it was Christmas Eve, is that right?
I was unaware of that till one of your researchers contacted me. We had broken up late 1999, 2000. I hadn't seen her, talked to her in 9 years.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry we had to visit that information on you. Now, Tom, you always thought of identity theft as stealing credit cards, not something like this, right?
Correct. Yeah. That's the furthest thing from my mind was someone taking, my name, my birth date, and using it for, bad things.
Yeah, and what they do, of course, is they try to find someone that is real, so if they check, the dates authenticate, so it checks out, so they must be real. And this is probably not the only place that they're using your data.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's just terrible, I know, but this is not who you've been talking to, has nothing to do with this whatsoever, didn't scam you out of anything. Tom, like KD, and you have all been victimized by these scam artists.
I did send Thomas his profile with the same name.
Right.
And KD.
He said, that's not me. My name is Thomas.
Not Tom.
Not
yeah.
Tom.
Yeah. You see KD on the screen here. KD's not Thomas. They took Thomas's name, put it with KD.
I understand.
Pictures and images. So you've seen KD, you've talked to Thomas. That's why I say this is all put together and made up.
Yeah.
But we don't,
pieces.
I can't hear the voice of Thomas now.
No, I don't have a phone number in Nigeria.
Okay.
Tom, thank you so much. KD, thank you so much for caring enough about this very sweet woman to set the record straight with her. I thank you both.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. Good luck, Karen.
All right, next. So where does Karen go from here? I'm going to tell her what I think after the break. Closed captioning provided by Well, joining me are Mindy and her mother Karen, who have learned today, I hope, I'm going to find out in just a second, that the man she thought she was in love with is fraud, doesn't exist, is an aggregate of some other people put together to make up a dreamboat that anybody would want to be in a relationship with. And Karen, just tell me straight, have I convinced you?
That Thomas is not real? Yes.
Correct.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
100%. And let me tell you straight up, I take no pleasure in delivering this information to you because you've been in love with someone and now that's gone, and so you mourn that loss, you mourn that relationship. I hate that for you, and I hate to be the one that has to tell you that on the one hand, but I'm glad to get the truth to you on the other hand. I want you to know, because the only thing worse than you being scammed for 6 months would be you getting scammed for 7 months or 8 months.
Right.
And you've lost a lot of money here, but we've had people on here that have sent
Yep.
over $1 million, as you know.
Yep.
And this is a lot of money to you, and I hate that, and I can promise you it's gone. You're not likely to ever see that again.
Right. Right.
But here's what I want to talk about. You've been engaged in this kind of thing 13 times. What's your analysis of why you're vulnerable to this?
I know I am, and I have been too trusting, too honest my whole life that I expect everyone else to be as well. And to find out they're not is very hard for me because I trust 100% until proven otherwise. Well, it cost me a lot of money, and it hurts, but I have been proven otherwise. What do I say if he texts me again, or should I text him? It's over. I know who you are.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
There is no him. This is somebody in. I'm telling you, they're in a room, and they've got a powerful computer, and
Yes.
you're one of dozens of women they're working at one time.
Mindy had showed me a picture of scam artists in a room, and they're all doing that.
Just all typing on a laptop in one room.
Yep. And I saw that. I heard that. I understand. But it was different with me, of course, until today. Okay? And as far as, yes.
But are you relationship dependent?
She says no, I say yes.
Dependent? No. I feel like I'm a very strong. Yes, I'm emotional and sensitive. I am a very strong woman, and I stand on my own 2 feet. Nobody takes advantage of Karen.
Oh.
Well,
But I have promised myself, I promised Mindy, I was talking to someone else, and when I don't make promises I can't keep. I am 100%, and I hope the viewing audience, the whole world, learns from my mistake. I am 100% finished. I will never, and I say never, online dating again.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. Her father can't stand her ex.
why are you here?
I want to get my family back. I would show you how great of a boyfriend I can be.
One more time you call boyfriend, I'm gonna broke your nose.
That's tomorrow.
Closed captioning provided by I want you to examine and ask yourself why you have been gullible, why you have been naive about this, and you so desperately wanted and needed for this to be real and this to be true. Look, to want to be in love, to want to be in a relationship and share your life with someone, that's a very healthy desire. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to have the awareness that the relationship you have with yourself is the most important one you'll ever have. I don't want you to say, I'm just going to spend the rest of my life alone. Fortunately, you have people in your life that love you and care about you, but you do need to recognize, I don't have a good detector for this kind of thing. I want so badly for it to be real that I don't see the red flags. And I don't think you can trust yourself.
That's why I have Mindy.
Well, but you need to listen to her. You didn't listen to her.
I've learned.
You need to listen to her and let her be your check and balance system.
You got it.
And if her warning signs are going off, but you need to ask yourself, why was I unable to see this? What about me? And I think it's that you feel like you have to be in a relationship, and you don't have to be in a relationship. It's not enough for you to come here and find out that this person is a scam artist. You need to also come here and leave saying, I need to examine myself and find out